championships around his waist because he earned it.
Into a lariat. High rent district for CM Punk.
From the top. Body on body.
Wow.
The champion is willing to take every risk tonight. From the top. Through the air. And connects. You got to be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense. But I can't say it didn't pay off.
This match is sort of a new school versus old school. CM Punk and JBL respectively. Who do you give the advantage to?
I have to go with CM Punk. Sure, JBL is a veteran, but Punk is on the bleeding edge of in-ring competition. Punk is inventive. He's still growing his game. JBL might be too set in his ways. JBL really wants to put Punk in his place tonight. Wants to snap Punk out of this Cinderella fairy tale he's living. Wants the world title to be represented by a real man once again.
Well, Punk's claiming he's earned this dream to be at SummerSlam and defend the championship to prove that he is a man. A win tonight would be a crowning achievement in Punk's career.
While midnight always strikes and fairy tales are not real.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Something like that. Oh, look at this. Out to the apron. Oh, my goodness. Are you running business, Wall Street, having a championship in one hand and a beer in the other? Very much the opposite of CM Punk, Corey.
It's country versus alternative music, Cole. But just because Punk prefers soda over beer or video games over boardrooms doesn't make him any less deserving of the World Championship.
Now looking to do battle right here in front of us. Oh, and he stops that offense. Oh, snaps the leg across the head.
Some intimidation tactics from CM Punk.
Okay, he should really focus on the match now. We get the point. Back in the nick of time.
Punk prides himself in being disciplined and having plenty of self-control. He's going to need all that here tonight against Bradshaw. A 17-year veteran will play mind games. Try to wear the champion down.
And if he can't wear him down, he'll just beat him down. JBL has a bona fide mean streak. Mean and vicious. He enjoys inflicting pain on his opponent.
That's why he's been successful in the ring and in the business world.
JBL calling on the WWE Universe to fuel him.
Taking things to the top rope. From way up.
And there might be a lot of support in the crowd tonight for CM Punk, but I think that just adds more rage to every strike JBL delivers. JBL relishes at the opportunity to put a beating on anyone.
We all know that JBL prides himself on being, quite frankly, a bully. And he wants to bully CM Punk all over Indiana tonight.
That says it all.
Nice movement from Punk, and the Uranagi connects. And now, an Anaconda Vice locked in.
A couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it. Oh, and back to the elbow. These two are clearly fired up, going blow for blow. He catches JBL with a count. Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this. Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up.
This has turned into a...
Oh, look at that scoop slam. And JBL has gone so far as to call Punk a transitional champion, a fluke even. Bradshaw called this champion from way up. Diving double axe handle. A lot of momentum now on JBL's side.
JBL isn't pulling any punches here against CM Punk. Momentum going back to Punk's corner. Maybe Punk's found a new source of aggression to battle. Back with.
And now he's going to the top rope.
From the heavens!
Oof, smacked by the back fist. Oof, that's going to echo in your ear for a bit. DDT!
And for JBL, he likes to talk about fighting for the old school.
Sentiment to self-preservation. JBL isn't going to allow a guy like Punk to take a spot he's worked an entire career for. You don't achieve longevity in this game without putting the boots to some ankle biters.
Highly competitive match. Punk defending the championship. JBL whipped into the corner, and there's the vintage running knee by Punk.
And what a shocking victory this could be for the young up-and-comer CM Punk, but denied by JBL.
Bradshaw just too powerful for Punk, and now the wrestling god teeing off.
Yeah, JBL doing what he does best, manhandling his opponent. And JBL not too comfortable on the ropes, but going up there anyway.
Gotta do something here to put CM Punk away, and that may well do it, but it looks like JBL injured himself in the process.
Both men down, the official counting away here. First man to his feet could gain the advantage in the matchup. JBL looks like he's gonna just crawl to the cover. Shoulders are down. Punk kicks out.
And a late kick out there from CM Punk. Just enough gas left in the tank, and you can see the cogs whirring behind the eyes of JBL.
JBL looking to end it all here with a clothesline from hell.
Punk dodges out in time. Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here.
Go to sleep.
The champ with the cover. He kicked out at two.
We are looking at a competitor who simply refuses to let their championship dreams be snuffed out.
CM Punk thought that was enough. We thought that was enough, but somehow it didn't earn.
Opponent lifted up. Jaw, meet knee, go to sleep. Was that enough? Did the champ put this one away?
He's done it. CM Punk retains.
Here is your winner, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just have to get used to this. Once again, CM Punk has silenced the critics and proven himself as a champion.
This was a must-win title defense for Punk, and like you said, now everyone knows the champ is no easy target.
There aren't many people in this industry that I respect more than Rey Mysterio. And while I think the world of Rey Mysterio, it doesn't mean we always see eye to eye. And yes, we've often gotten into fights over our disagreements, but every single encounter with Rey is special. We've had so many great moments, but when it came to this showcase, I went with one that may surprise you. A match where we were on good terms with each other, where we just went out there with the simplest of goals. Win the match, earn a title shot, Armageddon 2008. The finals of the #1 contender for the Intercontinental title. But at the end of the day, I love Rey. I love our history, and I love this encounter. So let's jump back to that special night in December of 2008 at Armageddon.
Well, current Intercontinental Champion William Regal asked Stephanie McMahon to establish this tournament to ensure that his next challenger
Contender in this tournament was deserving.
Rey Mysterio defeating Kofi Kingston and The Miz to get here.
From San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds,
Rey Mysterio, a former world champion, looking forward to this match because it takes him one step closer to perhaps battling for one championship he's never held.
That, of course, being the Intercontinental title.
Well, CM Punk is no longer one half of the World Tag Team Champions. CM Punk and Kofi Kingston losing the gold last night at a WWE live event in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, as devastating as that loss was, Punk has to quickly recalibrate to get the job done tonight.
I remember in Manchester, William Regal standing victorious in front of all of his countrymen, telling them that he was proudly going to go all over the world defending that Intercontinental Championship.
Vowing to bring prestige and honor, in his words, back to the Intercontinental title.
For the first time ever, CM Punk and Rey Mysterio.
You ask me, either of these men could bring a lot of prestige and honor to the title. Can you believe that this is the first time these two former world champions are facing off against each other? Duking it out here for the #1 contender spot for William Regal's Intercontinental Championship.
I think either one of these men is fully capable of bringing even more honor and prestige to that coveted championship. You can tell there's so much mutual honor and respect in there between Punk and Mysterio. Gets driven into the corner. Boom! What a right!
You see Rey Mysterio, and you notice, Corey, his wrist doesn't have extra taping tonight. He had torn ligaments in that wrist a couple of weeks ago. Is there a reason for not having it taped? I don't think it's healed quickly. Looking for the quick pin. One count, and he gets his shoulder up.
Already having to expel so much unnecessary energy this early on. Oh, big mistake, and that error could be costly.
CM Punk looking to show off his power game now. Double underhook backbreak.
I'm not sure how much of CM Punk's head could be in this match after losing the World Tag Team titles last night.
Well, he's facing Rey Mysterio, so he better get his head in the game fast. Just from looking at Punk tonight, I'd say he's pretty focused right now. I think he realizes the bigger picture is getting a shot at the Intercontinental title.
And we talk about the reason for this tournament to contend for the Intercontinental Championship coming from the smug attitude of our current Intercontinental Champion, William Regal. Saying how no one is deserving enough to challenge him. But I'm seeing two very deserving contenders in front of me now. Can you believe that this is the first time these two former world champions are facing off against each other? Duking it out here for the #1 contender spot for William Regal's Intercontinental Championship.
I think either one of these men is fully capable of bringing even more honor and prestige to that coveted championship. You can tell there's so much mutual honor and respect in there between Punk and Mysterio.
You see Rey Mysterio, and you notice, Corey, his wrist doesn't have extra taping tonight. He had torn ligaments in that wrist a couple of weeks ago. Is there a reason for not having it taped? I don't think it's healed quickly. I think it's perhaps psychological.
Well, we always know if you go into a match and you have an injury and you've got some part of your body taped up, it's like a bullseye. It's like a target for your opponent. Ray probably wants to appear 100%, even if he truly isn't.
I'm not sure how much of CM Punk's head could be in this match after losing the World Tag Team titles last night.
Right, swapping some big-time swings here.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
And this match is swiftly turning into a knockdown, drag-out affair. Just emptying everything they've got now.
The willpower, the sheer guts of these two. And we talk about the reason for this tournament to contend for the Intercontinental Championship coming from the smug attitude of our current Intercontinental Champion, William Regal. Saying how no one is deserving enough to challenge him. But I'm seeing two very deserving contenders in front of me now.
Well, Michael Cole, you can only say that now because of the tournament Regal...
Can you believe that this is the first time these two former world champions are facing off against each other? Duking it out here for the #1 contender spot for William Regal's Intercontinental Championship.
I think either one of these men is fully capable of bringing even more honor and prestige to that coveted championship. You can tell there's so much mutual honor and respect in there between Punk and Mysterio. And driven down in a belly-to-back suplex.
You see Rey Mysterio, and you notice, Corey, his wrist doesn't have extra taping tonight. He had torn ligaments in that wrist a couple of weeks ago. Is there a reason for not having it taped? I don't think it's healed quickly. I think it's perhaps psychological.
Well, we always know if you go into a match and you have an injury and you've got some part of your body taped up, it's like a bullseye. It's like a target for your opponent. Ray probably wants to appear 100%, even if he truly isn't.
Oh! Right into the midsection of the body.
Oh, what a response!
He wriggles out of the danger zone there.
Targeting a body part, working the arm.
And we talk about the reason for this tournament to contend for the Intercontinental Championship.
And now some effortless power with the power, but no, reverse into a Hurricane Rana, legs hook.
Rotates out and gets the cover. He ends the pin attempt for some reason.
Calf. CM Punk and Rey Mysterio, two former world champions, battling for the chance at the Intercontinental Championship.
It's hard to believe it's the first time they're facing each other, too. Everyone in WWE is on the edge of their seats here at Armageddon.
Yeah, and you better believe that William Regal is keeping a close eye on these two. Depending on how this goes, he'll either be facing CM Punk or Rey Mysterio. Both men with a tremendous amount of talent.
And we talk about the reason for this tournament to contend for the Intercontinental Championship coming from the smug attitude of our current Intercontinental Champion, William Regal, saying how no one is deserving enough to challenge him. But I'm seeing two very deserving contenders in front of me now.
Well, Michael Cole, you can only say that now because of the tournament Regal put together. When Regal won the title, he promised to proudly defend it. And there is no pride in beating an unworthy challenger. Taking him to the corner now.
Face full of turnbuckle.
Punk knee in the corner, followed by a clothesline.
You see Rey Mysterio, and you notice, Corey, his wrist doesn't have extra taping tonight. He had torn ligaments in that wrist a couple of weeks ago. Is there a reason for not having it taped? I don't think it's healed quickly. I think it's perhaps psychological.
Well, we always know if you go into a match and you have an injury and you've got some part of your body taped up, it's like a bullseye. It's like a target for your opponent. Rey probably wants to appear 100%, even if he truly isn't.
We could expect a fast-paced match. Two superstars that are almost equal in speedway.
There's so much talent in the ring right now. I have to imagine they both did their homework. I don't think either Rey or Punk would face another world champion without being fully prepared.
Nice sit-out powerbomb.
Now that's what you call impact.
And he comes in under the ropes now. Point of the elbow, nailed it. Locking up. Great athleticism. Springboard into a Hurricane Rana.
Wow.
Senton. Wards that off. What a response.
Mysterio dodges.
Batten down the hatches. These two are unruly.
Neither competitor shows any signs of letting up or slowing down here. This is more like a barroom brawl between these two.
Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Fatigue more than setting in, but these superstars are refusing to let up. And this crowd is loving every second of it.
Look at the amazing agility of Rey Mysterio. Great counter into the ropes. Here it comes.
6-1-9. Rey Mysterio may be closing in on that number one from the top. Landing straight on the knees, not the intended outcome. And he finds a way to elude that attack. CM Punk hoists his opponent. Go to sleep.
Now CM.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys. And he locks in a perfectly applied sharpshooter. And you can see him struggling to break this hold. One last gasp effort, and that'll do it.
Mysterio now. One amigo. Two amigos. Can he finish the job? Yes!
The three amigos!
Oh, target acquired and destroyed.
Rey has the shoulders down. Shoulder shoots up before two.
The wear and tear of this match only affecting him slightly, it seems. Set up in the corner now.
A great match from both of these men.
Punk and Mysterio are not disappointing tonight.
Big knee lift.
An opponent like a sack of cement dropped with a clothesline.
Lands the elbow. And an elbow.
Boom!
Overwhelming offense now from Punk.
CM Punk is all gas right.
CM Punk from the top rope. You gotta be kidding me.
from the top.
And it paid off for the moment. Now it's time to capitalize.
This could be Punk's chance to secure that Intercontinental title shot. Arm wringer applied into the top wrist lock. Full control now. Oof. But here comes the fire.
Carried in a jeopardizing position here.
Face first impact. And I'm having doubts about Punk's head being fully in the game after that.
Sharp reversal stopping Mysterio.
Putting him in the corner for something here.
Reversal. And that turns things around.
Oh, Mongolian chop.
Oh, that's a chop you don't want to be on the receiving end of.
Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming.
Go to sleep.
Does that finish Ray off.
Triangle armbar. Triangle armbar. Submission hold in. Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio trying to hang on.
Can the Luchador survive?
Trying to break the hold and is able to do it. Critical escape there.
Punk and Ray are pouring it all out in the ring tonight for their shot at the Intercontinental title.
Clothesline to the back of the neck. CM Punk won the World Heavyweight title back in June on his first night on Raw after the draft, cashing in his Money in the Bank.
What a night to remember that was. But the end of Punk's reign wasn't as ceremonious. The title was taken away from him after a punt from Randy Orton. Put Punk on the shelf.
And now propped up in the corner. CM Punk stopped that in its tracks.
That last shot did major damage. Blood's running down his face.
Rey Mysterio's in some serious trouble.
CM Punk's been finding an answer for everything Mysterio's doing here.
That kick will stop you in your tracks.
Punk now with a quick duck under and a Uranagi converts it into the Anaconda Vice.
The hold is locked in. He's in real pain. A couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it. CM Punk had a big night this past Monday night on Raw. He won the Slammy Award for the OMG Moment of the Year.
Well, yes, he did, but his week went downhill from there. Losing his World Tag Team Championship last night, you have to believe that's on his mind. You always see sports teams have some sort of hangover after big losses.
But Punk doesn't drink, so I think he can avoid a hangover quite easily.
I see what you did there.
Oh, man, what a strong kick.
It feels safe to say we are watching one of the greatest matches. What's it going to take to end it? It might be this. Nails the GTS. Went for the encore. That has to be the end of this. Propping him up in the corner. Now opponent drop with a clothesline.
A lot of mutual respect between these two superstars. The first time these two former world champions will ever face each other.
Yeah, we talk about the honor of battling for the title. I think it's an honor for both of these guys to be facing each other.
And driven down in a belly-to-back suplex.
Telegraphed that one and delivers a...
Here comes a big-time power bomb. No, great reversal. Shoulders down.
Countered into a new cover.